Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed and I got in another box. This is one of my swap boxes. This was actually a box that we got for doing a charm swap, which we did actually a while ago, and due to lots of unforeseen circumstances, it's taken a little while to get the box back to me, but I got it in, so let's take a look at it. All right, so take a look at all the fun ones. I'm going to take you through what I did first. Now, this is not just a charm swap. This is also a charm slash ATC. So I actually do two things in one. And for each one, this is what I made. I actually ended up getting two back. So we sent in 10, and either somebody didn't send theirs in or something happened. I'm not sure, but that's why I got it back. This is the ATC I made. It's super cute. It was using some really old papers that I had. Every single one was a little bit different. So this is another one that I had here. What I did is I took some of this Adorn It mistable paper, or it's actually like a watercolor paper. They call it colorful, and they were ATC size. I cut them down, layered it up with some old, this is really seriously old scrapbook paper. I think this stuff is like 12 years old. Lined it with some fun stickers, added some little chipboard pieces or some brads in there, and I just misted it. I had some fun. This is a couple others I had left over. So here's a couple others. So I just basically layered up different colors of paper and then added the mist and then just a little kind of embellishment on there. And up in the iCard will be a video on how I made these, so you guys can take a look at that. That is the ATC I made. I also made these cute charms. So these charms are two parts. One is just a pre-made charm, as you can see here. I didn't really do much of anything. Here's an up-close picture so you can see what I'm talking about. So these little heart charms, ones that are already made, actually came from a company called Dress My Craft. So that's what that is. I stuck on a jump ring and then I made a heart. So it's actually like a dual charm piece. So the other heart piece that you see on here, these two colored ones right here, they are from Graphics, and it's shrink film that is a designer series. So they already have a design on there. I colored it either the pink or the purple and then shrunk it down and poked a hole in there and then put it through the jump ring. And so that was a little charm that I sent off. So something just a little bit different. It looks like we got a few hearts thrown into our box, which is super cute. Look at that. Aren't they fun? I love those. I'll have to figure out some way to use those. Okay, so let's get into what everybody else made. All right, so we all were told to put them in little baggies for ease of sorting it through, which is great. Ooh, I got two charms in this one. That's awesome. So this is from Glenda Hearts. So let's take a look at our ATC. So the theme for this was hearts, love, hearts, things like that. I kind of went a little bit different on my ATC because I went with themes. Most of them have a heart on there somewhere. As you can see, but all the sayings on the ATC were all positive sayings, like self-affirmations, like she believes she could and she did, with brave wings she flies. So that's the love part. That's the heart I took into it. It's like how you feel versus a physical heart. Charm, I did a heart. Anyway, that's where I went with that. So this has got a loads of love. It's a little cute truck. And each, like I said, keep in mind, each of us made 10 of these. So she made 10 of these, and then they all got baggies, and I got one for myself. So this looks like it's a stamped and then colored in and then die cut. And it's got cute little trucks. It says loads of love. It's got a yellow background, and then it's got like a die cut piece that makes it look like it's a road. So the truck is looking like it's following on the road. So cute. I love that. And then her hearts, these are cool. So these are some fun, ooh, this is a smart idea. So I think it's a pre-made, I think it's a plastic heart, as you can see here. But then she's taken a really pretty wire in this beautiful, like a fuchsia pink color, coiled it around, and then did an extra few coils around the jump ring, and then added in this little clip at the top, which is super cute. And we ended up getting two. So that's really fun. I love that. So that is so cute. And this, again, came from Glenda Hart. Love it. All right, so next one. It's all wrapped up. I love that. It's so cute. It's almost like a little present waiting for you to open it. Obviously, these ones are fun, where they actually like add the charm attached to the ATC. I am going to I'm going to pull it off. Yeah, I'm just going to pull it through. There's really no good way to do this. Okay. As I like keeping my ATC separate, so I'm sorry about that little piece right there, that when I take the picture. But let's talk about the ATC first. So this one is from Maria Soto. And she has taken, basically, it looks like it's just this is a piece of really thin chipboard, or it could also be from like a cereal box. So it's a great way, if you don't have chipboard, that you can get some, is use cereal boxes. It's really easy. Or any kind of thick cardboard box that you would get, but cereal box is usually the norm. All right, she has then come through, and I think she's like black gessoed the entire front face of this, and then added layers of, looks kind of like a bronzy paint. And then she has added, like she's done a heart in here. It's just swashes of paint. It's really easy. She's handed a heart, added this word fierce, added a couple other hearts in like a foil paper. Can't tell what that foil is. It almost reminds me of the Neo foil. It very well might be. It feels like it. And then another heart that has been ripped with a heart on there, which is kind of cool. And then she's put like a layer of just like clear gesso over top of that, or like a gel medium over top of that whole thing to kind of hold it down. Very cool. I love that. Very different feel. Here we have another set of charms. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, I wonder if this was supposed to stay attached and I was just supposed to unhook. I bet you that's the case, and I completely screwed that up. So sorry. I think this was supposed to stay attached to this, and then I was just supposed to unhook this piece. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to leave this kind of attached onto here. And I think I might like try and sew this back on or something, so that way it doesn't come. But with the picture, I'll leave that on there. So that's kind of cool. So she's done a piece. So attached, until I completely screwed this up, she's taken some wire and cut and trimmed or made the wire to look like hearts. And then in the center here where it's red, it's a series of beads that she has strung on there. And I think what she did is she did the same thing for this. This is a heart. And she didn't put the beads on the gold wire. What she has done is she's taken a red wire, strung the beads onto the red wire, and then wrapped the beads around the edge of the heart, or in this case, between the two hearts right there. So that is so cool. I love that. And then she just attached another piece of wire wrapped around, and then we have the clip up here at the top. That is super cool. I love that. I gotta be more careful about how, see, look, I'm gonna get smart and I unclip it from here. Because it looks like it's supposed to be on there. I'm not ripping that out. Okay, this is from Kathleen's site, and she actually put it into a little envelope. That's so cool. So the whole thing is you've got this envelope that she's put a little piece on there, and I think she made the envelope. Yeah, it looks like she made that. That's kind of fun. That might have been like a die set or something. And then we have our ATC, and I'm going to go ahead and unclip this. There we go. Super cute. We'll come back to that. Oh, she kind of did something similar to me with the 2 hearts, but she's got 3 hearts. So it's like a little dangly gemmy thing. That's kind of fun. Okay. Her ATC, same paper too. On the back side, oh, we have a little thing right here. So again, she's taken a thicker piece of a cardboard, or again, it reminds me of cereal box, or it just could be a thick piece of cardboard. That works. And then she's added a lovely piece of pattern paper to this. She's added red stamps, just random red stamps, like little flowers and stuff. Sometimes I think she colored them in. I don't know if the white on here, I'm thinking these little white hexagons are also stamped on there because they're overlapping over some of the red that's on the paper. So she's adding to the pattern paper, which is really cool. We have a strip of paper going along here, and she's inked the edges of everything. So all the pieces on here, she's inked in black. And then this little strip that says friendship. And then we have a heart that's also, I think it's been done out of, like, she's die cut and then added chipboard, the paper on top of the chipboard. So it's really thick. And then we have this little crown. And this is just of a pattern paper that's got a red script thing. And then she's added these little gems here in the corner of the crown and inked the crown, but left the crown in natural. A little eyelet up here in the corner that she has then added this jump ring up to, which is very cool. And that's what she added her charm to. The charm definitely goes along with the same feeling. We have to start off with the chipboard piece, which is the same chipboard, that she has done the layer of the paper on both sides. Inked it, glued it all together, added it together, so friendship together. So she's got the little words that she's added to there. Added the eyelet in there again, and then the big jump ring, and then attached the jump ring. We have 2 charms. We have a little gold charm that says love on it, and it's got some kind of like a design, like a flower. And then a little black charm that's on here that also has a little bit of a design on there. And that has all been added to a clip. Everybody's been doing clips this time. I just did a jump ring, but go for it. Clips are awesome. All right, so heart charm. This is Michelle Frey Cummings. This is Michelle's. She just kept a very simple white background, and then she has done a super thick layer of like glitter glue going all the way around in this heart shape. So I don't know if this is a piece of paper. Oh yeah, it is. So it started off as a piece of paper, and then she's added in chunks of layers. So it's very bumpy and lumpy, but it's very striking. It's very kind of cool. I love that feeling. She has the same feeling for this charm right here. So again, she's taken a piece of, looks like cardstock or a thick cardboard. And I think she's done, like, there's a little wire on here. And I think what she's done is she's taken the cardstock and then she's put the wire down in there and then like glued it together to hold this in place. And then added tons and tons and tons of layer of glitter and glue. And it's all stuck on there. So that's really cool. That's fun. All right, this is Marianne Gross. Here we have, it's a piece of cardstock that she has then added. I'm trying to see all the different layers that are here. Okay, I think this is what she's done. Now, I could be wrong on this. She has a pattern paper, and then I think she's gone through and she's added a layer of some sort of a vellum or some sort of tissue paper that she has like Mod Podged onto that. So I get this feeling of having, or it could be like a really thick washi tape. I think that's the feeling, but I think it's been Mod Podge because the whole thing has been Mod Podge. There's little glitter pieces that are embedded in there, so that's why, and they're not coming loose. They're kind of embedded, which is why I think she's like gel coated this or a Mod Podge or something. Mod Podge. I always say that Mod. How many people do that? Mod Podge. But you know what I mean. Decoupaged it on there basically. So it's got layers of different stuff happening. I don't know if she's added layers of paint or not. There's definitely, she's inked the edges, and then she's added a stamp of this heart, the kind of the flames coming out. It says make your mark. Very cool. Her charm, which she added to this little background piece. So she's just kind of tied it to there. It's kind of cool. It's just a little something with some stamp on it, just some little pretty something. So it just adds a little something. And it looks like it's like a flattened penny. So this is a piece of metal that's been flattened out and cut out to be the shape of a heart. And then it's been embossed. So my guess is that she had some sort of metal cutting system that could cut in the shape of a heart, but could also emboss it. And then she punched a hole and added it to the jump ring. And then with that, she added a little key and then a little tiny red gem that's been put onto a pin. That is so cool. I love that concept. That is such a cool idea to be able to do that out of the metal too. Love that. So cool. All right, so she's definitely used the same concept and the vibe. So this is from, oh, she like hand printed this all out. Artsy Hearts Charm Swap. So again, we sent all these back in March, but we're just now getting them. This is from Susan Brown. It's just delays, stuff happens. And I think she's done this like on a printer or something. So she created this digitally and then printed it out both sides and stuck it down, which is kind of cool. She does a lot of, Susan Brown, this is all polymer clay. So very pretty. I'm going to do my best to guess how she did this, but I'm sure she has some sort of video or something. So here is her heart. I think she may have taken a picture of one of the hearts that she has created and then overlaid it over top of like this paint swash. So I don't know if she created one and then digitally just took pictures. I'm not really so sure, but that is very cool. All right, here is a polymer clay heart. Oh, she's got like this little symbol that I see on both of her pieces. That must be her, like her little, I guess her symbol. So it looks like a whole bunch of layers of polymer clay that she has taken, and then she either put it into a mold or she's formed this by hand. This might be a mold thing, but she's just got layers of lots of fun swirls going on here. So it's like she took lots of different colors of clay, blended them together, purple being the main color, but I see flecks of black, kind of a peach, a blue, a light blue. I think those are most of the colors that I see in here, but purple is definitely the predominant color that is in here. That is very fun. So she might have put this in some sort of a mold, and then she, before it dried or before she baked it, she put the little pin in there and then it let it cure. So I'm not sure if this is an air dried clay or baked clay, but it both would be the same principle. You make sure you put the pin in there before it sets solid, and it's hard as a rock now, which is very cool. And I love that it's not like a perfect heart. It's got a little bit of a twirl to the end of it. That's really pretty. Then she added her jump ring, and then she added this little fiber up here at the top, which I think is kind of cool. Very pretty. Oh, I love this one. She actually added a little something. It says "for you" and some washi tape. That's cool. So she added her card. This is from Susie Benz, or Bentz. Bentz or Benz. I think the T is pronounced. So here is her card. She does a whole bunch of fun stuff. Lots of different paper crafting and things like that. Finding the key. So here is her front card. She has a white, just cardstock. And then she's added layers of ink all over top of that. Stamped the key. Little hearts. Life is finding the key that unlocks every part of your soul. And then she is handwritten who the person is, and then little hearts here at the bottom. So this has been printed out, and then she has taken a pen and outlined the edges, and then rough cut. So it's not perfect rectangles, but I think is really kind of pretty. I love that. And then inked the entire edge in this mint color, which is the same color as one of the backgrounds. So I think she just kind of took her stamp pad and kind of blotted it, which is very cool. And the key's got a skull on it. That's awesome. And then our heart, this is cool. Oh, this is really fun. So this is a resin piece, as I can see. So she's got some sort of a resin mold she poured it into, and then she's added, oh, so what, okay, so I think this is how she did it. I've only done a little bit of resin work, so this is my thoughts, is that she's got these pieces right here, these metallic pieces that probably fit into a mold somehow. And then what she's done, this little dangly piece, and I think the chain came after. But she put the pins in first, poured into the mold, poured the resin. She added a little bit of some fun mica powder in there, and that's where like this little burst is coming from, which is why it's not completely encased, so it's kind of in the bottom, but it has a really cool texture. Let the whole thing set, and then she came back after, attached the chain between the two pins. So since the pins are already encased into the resin and they set in the resin, she attached the chain, attached the little lock. That's so cute. I love that lock. And then added in the jump ring that goes through one of the holes all the way through, and attach that onto there. That is so pretty. I love that. So I don't see a charm attached to this one. I think we just got the ATC. This is from Sin Gagan. And she has taken a really thick piece of card. I don't know, it's a really thick board that she's cut down to be the right size. Added a pattern paper on top of that. It's a pattern paper. See, looks like this is a strip of washi tape going across here. She has added a layer of a stencil, but using a clear gesso is my guess, because it's just barely there. It's got a hint of a color. Actually, it's got a little bit of a hint of a very, very light color, but it's mostly clear. And so it's just this pattern in the background. A bunch of mica in the corner that she probably used added with a clear gesso. And then she's wrapped it like a present. And then in the middle of the present, we have, and I don't know if this is her charm. It's very possible this is her charm. But I'm not going to rip that off because I don't want to take off the look of it. I like the whole look of it. This is her charm. That's pretty cool. I mean, it could be two pieces. So this is her ATC and this is her charm, possibly. Kind of makes sense because we're supposed to have ATC and charm. So this right here, it looks like it's a punched out heart that she has then wrapped in a foil and like really glued it onto there. And then throughout, oh, you know what? It's actually kind of like a foil. It's layers of foil, but it's not real foil. It's almost like it's a metallic tape. It's not like tin foil. It's not that. It's like a foil tape. Then she's taken some rope or this twine, wrapped it around, added a little bead right here, and it's embedded in the back. So like you can see like there's layers of tape. So it makes me feel like this is like a metallic tape. I'm not super into all the metallic or into the jewelry stuff, so I don't know all the words for everything. But that's how she got her little loop up here. I just don't want to undo that because I'd have to cut through the tape here, which has got embedded through on her name. So I'm going to leave that intact because it looks really cool and pretty like that. So those are her two pieces. So these are just so much fun. I love doing these swaps because you never know what people are going to make. It gives me ideas for fun things that I never would have thought to create, you know, like in layering up all that. I mean, or not just that I haven't created, but maybe something I haven't done in a long time, or going, oh, well, I have that supply, but I never thought to use it that way. So that's kind of a fun way of looking at it and going, oh, well, that's kind of a neat concept. And just, or things that I never would do, and somebody has done that for me, which is kind of cool. I guess so I got a taste a piece of it, which is really cool. Amazing job, ladies. You guys rocked it. They're so amazing. They're so pretty. I love the concept behind all of this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the swap. It is so cool. And I will have as many links And if you are one of the ladies who created this, leave a comment down below and put your links down below so that way people can find you, because your art is awesome. I love it. So thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys again later. Bye-bye.